What's going on, guys? Mr. T here, and finally we are hitting that 250 mark. I think as of this morning it was actually 253. So first of all, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Honestly, I have no words, and I hope that this continues to go in the direction that I wanted to, and we can continue to give out awesome cards, open up packs, and really see how high this thing can go. But before we get there, I have a 250 video promise to keep, and this is a continuation. If you've been following the channel from the very beginning, I did say I wanted to share my collections, what I've been buying, be transparent about the inventory that I have on hand and how things are going. So basically that's part of this video, and then I feel like I need to make a video to really trigger some people at the same time. There's just some internal part of me that wants to speak up differently from a whole lot of other opinions and perspectives out there on the internet, and 250 is going to be that video. So who knows, maybe 253 turns into 225 overnight, but hopefully not. Hopefully people accept me for who I am and my opinion. That being said, we're going to be talking about Secret Lair. Yes, Secret Lair. So let's start there. Obviously, there's some pictures posted in this video and montaging the collection, and I don't know how I'm gonna set it up, but right now I have most of my Secret Lair in boxes because I took them off my shelf to make room, and then I was buying another shelf that was gonna look a little nicer to display them all on, because that was one of the cool things about Secret Lair when it first came out, was just how you could, the way I envisioned it when they had the big boxes, was you could set it up and have everything kind of, it's a little bulky and cheesy, but you could have it pyramided, and you can move them around, and I just thought it looked cool. And then when they switched to the envelope style, I thought that was even more cool, when I was just like, I had this image of this like little plastic drawer that you could see through, and almost like, you know, if you had like old CDs and old records, and you could just flip through and see your Secret Lairs and display it like that. I thought that would be so cool. But anyway, so I'm not sure how I'm going to take a picture of that to montage into this video, to some more podcast style talking and sharing of opinion, but I'll think up something. Right now they're just sitting in boxes. I think actually like Chewy delivery boxes. So in the meantime, but however I do decide, I have purchased almost every single Secret Lair up to a certain point. I did learn and stop, and that point was last year when we went through the what is it, the astral signs. All right, when we, you know, went through the 12 signs, I finally, at the very beginning of that, I started to take notice of kind of the shift, and I stepped away from purchasing every single one, because what was happening was you were no longer seeing that immediate price change, right? You were seeing people who were buying in bulk and dumping below what they were buying them at. Whereas before, when you first, you know, you could purchase one, it would go out of stock, out of purchase time, and not everybody was buying it, but people were flipping it, and you could see the appreciation immediately. Like, you missed out on the sale, okay, now the only way to get it is to maybe buy it for, even if it was only $10 to $20 higher, it still was an immediate appreciation item, and this was an immediate item that then you could buy and see something come from it. So, you know, you had a little bit of that instant gratification. But what turned me off was that when you started to see everybody doing it, it kind of lost that specialness. And I think Wizards also starting to print so many different ones, and their selection kind of came like they just didn't have a very good selection process, I feel like. They just put in whatever, and basically were selling, I don't know if I can say trash singles, but pretty much they were selling trash singles, right? They were charging premium for cards that nobody really cared about, and they would bundle them maybe with like one card that was really good. They kind of like became lackadaisical, or I don't, you know, honestly, they probably just came cocky. They were so cocky that they could print money and people would just buy it. Obviously we see how that went, and now, you know, we hear that Secret Lair sales are lower and lower and lower, and people buying less and less, which, I mean, even myself included. Like I said, when we started to have the signs, the birth signs, those lands, that was pretty much when I started to really cut back and be very, 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 very selective of which Secret Lairs I was buying. So I do have a lot. I mean, you could go check out my TCG player and see which ones I have listed on there. I'm not in a rush to sell any of them. I have I have multiples of quite a number of Secret Lairs. A lot of those listings I have set to sell for the older ones just to cover like initial costs for 1, 2, 3 copies of Secret Lair. Like, to me, the idea was to be able to keep one, sell the one to cover the cost of all of them, and then to eventually maybe sell that third one in the green to actually make a profit from, and then use that as a future investment tool to buy more Magic instead of continuing to inject into my collecting. So overall, not too bad. I mean, some of them have gone $100, $200. I mean, you could look at some of the OG original ones and they are absolutely out of control. Like how it gets to $150, $200 for a single Secret Lair, which originally came out and only cost $30 to $40, is insane. I mean, that's 5x in a matter of 2 to 3 years. So pretty crazy, but I think now there's a lot more, even being more selective now, there's a lot more variable going into what's going to make a Secret Lair successful. We're starting to see Wizards insert things in Secret Lairs and test things, and you know, we have the whole, oh gosh, what was it, the Persistent Petitioners. I think that was one of the very first ones, the Shadowborn Apostle. Those two, like the alternate arts that were super, super rare. I think one of them was serialized as well. They both might have been serialized, but then they did start inserting serialized cards into the Secret Lairs. So that has, and I couldn't tell you what the rhyme or reason or which ones they're going to do it in. So I've pretty much boiled it down. I'm still a fan of Secret Lairs. I think I always will be. I love a lot of the arts. So let's backtrack here a little bit. I love Secret Lair. I am a huge fan of a lot of the arts. Some of the very selective cards that they haven't printed foils in a long, long time is absolutely amazing. Because some of those old cards that get reprinted, the foil premiums are insane, right? Like, you're talking $500 to $1,000 for some of those foil premiums. I'm not sure which cards off the top of my head, but I remember there being handfuls, dozens of reprints that ended up being $100 multipliers down to, now you could get the card in foil for $30, $40. And that was a big determiner for me to buy that specific Secret Lair. So it's one of the things I still look for, you know, is it a card that is an older printing card and there's a limited amount of foils available? Is it a card that's highly played? Like, people love it. They put it in one of every deck. or is it a staple basically? I also look for what cards are actually really expensive right now. So like, is there only a handful of printings and it's a card that needed to come down? Like, there's no reason for Emrakul to be an $80 to $100 card. The thing needs to be probably brought down to a more reasonable price for people to purchase it, right? You're talking maybe $50 at maximum for us to start picking up so that we can get introduced to that card in other decks. Now, specialty versions of Emrakul, they can come out and be very limited in chase. If you guys have messaged me on YouTube, if you've emailed me directly, you probably know my feelings on that. I think that there should be chase cards like Pokemon, like Flesh and Blood, that are $50, $100, $500, serialized, non-serialized. I really don't care if Wizards thinks that serializing cards is the best way to put value to chase cards. So be it. Make that the chase. But there needs to be some kind of very, very hard selective printing of a card to make it super valuable and for people to go after it. There's no reason Jace the Mind Sculptor can't be a $5, $10, $15 mythic and have a version that is $100, $200, $300. That is fine, and that is how it should be, in my personal opinion. So that's really why I've actually been looking more at Secret Lair these days. I think people are looking away from it too much. I think they're over negative. And in being over negative, you know, certain YouTuber likes to talk about the rubber band theory snapping back. I think it's snapped way too hard for people. And that over negativity is actually going to end up coming back, and very viciously. You're starting to see, actually, in a lot of cases, I've stopped listing newer Secret Lairs because even at that price point of I could sell it for a quick $70 and pretty much I pay for my 3 versions, right? I don't think that's going to be the case in the short term, 1 to 3 years. I think that there are so many people out of buying Secret Lairs now that you're actually going to start seeing print numbers, like total numbers printed, way lower than even some of those original Secret Lairs, still being left around sealed. Like, the amount of sealed of older Secret Lairs will be higher than what they're even printing newer Secret Lairs at. If you guys catch how that makes sense. So I think the opportunity in Secret Lair is still there. I know something else that triggers people is the whole statement around engage in the products that you want to engage in. Guess what? That's basically what we started doing. And I am choosing to engage and will continue to engage in Secret Lair products, even if nobody else does. If I become the last person buying Secret Lair, guess what? I'm basically buying one of ones or one of 3s with only 3 printings. Like, if you're telling me that that's not, that would be mind blowing in my head. If they sent me a letter and said, sir, you were the only person who purchased this Secret Lair, you better believe that there's going to be one listing on TCG Player for an insane amount of money for that Secret Lair, right? Obviously, that's a hypothetical. Probably never will happen. I can't see it going to 0. As much as people hate on it, I absolutely think that the ability to reprint things and somewhat make them special. I mean, do I think they're going to be as collectible as people really think? Who knows? Who really knows? 5-10 years, we'll look back and we'll be like, dude, everybody wants the Secret Lairs. I think that there are some really, really cool arts available in the Secret Lairs. The money that they put in, the paying the artists for some of these special things, like, it's absolutely cool. Like, could you imagine some of these Secret Lairs coming out years ago? Like, when I first started, even when I first started, I've only been playing Magic for almost 10 years now. Some of these cards are just wild. Like, they are absolutely stunning. And then also applying the treatments now, the retro foiling, what was that other one that was really cool? The step and completed, that was so cool. I absolutely thought that was the coolest thing. And now seeing this Jurassic Park logo, my goodness, that is freaking, if I saw that when I first came out and I pulled that and then I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, that's $100 card. I'd have been losing it. I'd have been like, you know, you'd have been hooked instantly. I feel like I just hit a scratch off, you know? So overall, I mean, I don't have too much more to say on Secret Lair. You guys can see it. I mean, that's literally just about every Secret Lair my one-ofs right now. And I hope that you guys don't tune out what people are saying, but also take it with a grain of salt. Make your own opinions. If you like something, I think that you should buy it. My new tip from this video, and kind of a lesson I've learned over the past few years, and something my father and I talk on very often, you can't take it with you. It's just money, all right? You can't take it with you, guys. Experiences, enjoying life, trying new things, whether you fail at something or succeed at something. I mean, even those things, who knows? I mean, we're not going to get into that talk. Who knows if that goes with you? But in the moment now, I know for 100%, like any material thing is not going with me. It's not. I can only buy and enjoy here in the moment. So if I'm spending money and, you know, I enjoy what I'm buying, it's money well spent. That's probably the most important part and one of the most important takeaways. I don't really care what everybody else has to say about Secret Lair. I think some of these cards are the coolest cards I've ever seen printed. If you think some of them are really, really cool, go buy them. Honestly, go buy them. They're there to buy. In limited printing, not in limited printing. If there's 10,000 copies, if there's one copy, I mean, who cares? If you like it, go buy it. In the meantime, I'm going to keep buying Secret Lair. I'm going to be very selective of the Secret Lairs that I continue to buy. One in case that kind of taught me an additional lesson as I sit here and finish up this video was the Dungeons and Dragons one. I missed out on that one. I did not think that was going to end up being as popular, and that taught me to, one, look for new, unique things, right? So mechanics, if they introduce any new mechanics through a Secret Lair that there hasn't been witnessed before, that is new. Even if there's a chance that they might reprint it later, I don't think that that's going to take away from the value of having it sealed, and that also being the first printing. So that will be a bonus in the bucket of opportunity to appreciate. So if that's why you're looking to buy Secret Lairs to invest in, obviously you don't have to buy Secret Lairs to invest in like I do. You can open them and enjoy them, and there is an opportunity to pull something really cool now that they're, like I said, adding in those serialized ones, those special inserts for certain cards. All of those are really cool, but like I said, overall my stance is Secret Lair. I think it should be here to stay. I'm a fan. I hope you guys don't hate me too much for posting this video, for posting some of my collection on Secret Lair. Obviously, oh, actually, should I even get I have all of the land ones, but those are so huge. Should I get those out too? Maybe. I just thought about that because I think they're still stored away somewhere, because I have all those, like, the giant gift box looking, what was that, the sack lands. So yeah, I might. Yeah, I might. I don't know. Anyways, so thank you guys again. 250 subscribers. Hopefully it continues to grow. Actually, there's another Secret Lair coming out soon. That's even wilder. What do we got? Tomb Raider coming soon? Yeah, Tomb Raider's coming soon. And even funnier, like, I was looking at Tolarian Community, and he doesn't even cover Secret Lair like he used to. He only covers the super drops. Like, that's how negative people have gotten. Even he doesn't cover all the secret layers. And I'm just like that's wild. So too far. I think it was too far, too negative. And yeah. So hope you guys have a great day. Long video, 20 minutes. Wow. I can't believe I rambled on that long about Secret Lair. Hopefully nothing too stupid or too embarrassing I have to edit out, because it ain't getting edited out, and I'm gonna post it up as is with some videos. And sorcery opening coming soon. Is Magic dead? That's about all I got. Thanks for watching, guys. Mr. T, I'm out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you made it this far into the video.